Finish line. Get to moving, finish line. Cross that finish line. I'm a monster, I'm rude and black. Give me diamond watch, give me platinum plaque. I'm a goon or something, I make do with that. Ain't here to small talk, don't need the chat. Know that I was made in the lab. The scientist screaming, oh my God. Give him swagger up, Tone Beach bar. Let him hit the streets, let them die. What I mean to be great when you at halftime. When you're 20 years old, never had a touchdown. When you lose a control, all your brother's been gone. You're confused, you alone, never earned you a dime.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another exciting edition of the JustSayN Podcast. We're live streaming on YouTube, we're live streaming on Instagram, and we're live streaming on Facebook as well. And we're very excited, very honored, very privileged. And then I'm going to introduce myself. Of course, I am Furman Jackson, along with my lovely co-host. In her absence, she should be timing in soon, Lo. And we're very honored, very excited, very privileged to be with y'all one more time on this lovely Wednesday evening, as we love showcasing people doing extraordinary things, making an impact in the community and the surrounding areas. Because at the end of the day, we all have a gift, right? And I say this all the time. You say it on the other platform. We all have a gift. You know, the scripture lets us know that your gift should make room for you, bring you for great men. So it's up to us, the people, to the individuals, utilize your gift and talents and stuff like that. So no further ado, I'm very honored, very excited, very privileged to have Mrs. Jones on here. She's out of Fort Worth, Texas. She's an extraordinary woman doing extraordinary things. Have a heart of servanthood. She's always serving people. She's always serving the community. She has a big event coming up this coming Saturday. The meet and greet this coming Saturday. So if you are in the surrounding areas, come on out, be a part of that. And we're going to elaborate more on that. So, Mrs. Jones, how are you doing on this lovely Wednesday? Thank you for taking time out of your productive schedule to be on here as well. So what's been going on? How you doing? And I know you're excited. You got this upcoming event coming up this coming Saturday. But you're no stranger to it. You're constantly always working. You're constantly always looking out for other people. You're constantly always putting others before your own. And just talk about it. Where did that come from? Where did that spirit of servanthood come from? How did you resonate that spirit of servanthood? Because you always want to spotlight other people at all times.
Well, thank you for having me. First of all, Mr. Jackson, I appreciate that. Mr. Jackson, the spirit comes from God Almighty, of course, because I have always been told it's okay to celebrate someone else's success, okay? And you, for yourself, you don't even have to wait on someone else to say, oh, I see what you're doing. You're doing a good job. Celebrate yourself as well as others. That comes from the Spirit of God. It just comes naturally.
And it does. And it really does. And like I said, we have good people in the world, of course. I do believe that. We have individuals with their heart, but pushing people to be the best they can be. Striving for the spirit of excellence. You know, if you go scripture for a moment, he said, God did not give us thought for he tells us not to be thoughtful of business, but favored in spirit. When it comes to individuals and serving their gifts, what's the number one thing you share with them? Because I believe at the end of the day, we should take our gift, our purpose, our destiny very, very seriously in order to get the results that we're looking for.
Well, first of all, I take it very serious, very, because people don't have to be kind to you or nice to you, okay? And the first impression that one gets from you is the most remarkable. And I believe as Maya Angelou said it very well. They may not remember how you treated them or what have you. I can't remember that quote. I'll get that right. But it's the way you treat people, okay? They'll remember that, okay? And that goes a long way.
And it does, because I know the golden rule is, you treat you like you want to be treated. Right. What's up, Lo? How you doing?
Yes. Hi. I didn't want to interrupt. Hi, Miss Jones. Thank you.
Hello, beautiful.
Thank you for joining the show. I'm here. I'm here. So, I just don't have my camera on, but I will be discussing with you. So,
It's
I just
fine,
took
love.
yes, I'm so sorry. I took my grandson somewhere on his appointment. So, but this is a very, look, I was like, oh, Miss Jones is on here. I'm so happy. This is great.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming. You should have been on the show a long time ago.
Don't say that.
You
Don't
are
say that out loud.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
no,
You are an
no.
excellent woman. You are an excellent woman, and
Thank you, love.
it does not go unnoticed. Okay,
Oh,
you are not unnoticed, ma'am. You have brought so much exposure to a lot of different people. I was hearing what you were saying, and you know what? Your flowers is well deserved, and you deserve them. Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you.
You
Thank
deserve
you,
them.
love. Beautiful, beautiful words. And our words have power. That means a lot to me too, because there's power in the tongue, of course. Everybody should know that. But again, I want to piggyback off of what your question was to me, Furman, in reference to uh, sharing with another person their talent, their creativity, their gift. All of those are talents that God has given unto us, and we're supposed to share and not bury them. So there's always a scripture to back up something. I'm not the best with the scriptures, but I can get a pretty good word in about it. Okay.
Well, that's what it's all about. And I'm an advocate for greatness, striving for greatness. And that's something that we should cultivate on a regular basis, each and every moment that we get. Long we got breath in our bodies, long we got our heart pumping full of blood, we are here for a reason. And it's up to us to utilize the reason that why we here. Everybody has a why. And when I was reading earlier this week, and I was in Hebrew earlier this week on Biblical for a moment, the scripture instructs us to lay aside every weight and sin that so easily beset us, because we have things that's holding us back, reaching the purpose that's set before us. So we have to lay aside that weight. And if you have weight on your back, it's hard to carry that weight. And eventually you're gonna what? Your knees start buckling and you're gonna what? Fall.
Oh,
So you'll never be able to finish the race. So now you get exhausted. Now you got to pick yourself up. So now it's okay, lay aside that weight. Lay away that sin. And wherever that weight is, it could be people, places, or things, habits,
whatever
whatever
it
that
is.
weight is, lay it
Mhm.
aside and let's run this race, because we got so great a crowd of witnesses. We got angels cheering for us right now, rooting for us right now. And it's up to us to fulfill the purpose, fulfill the life. And because people quote this all the time. I know the thoughts I think for you. We say that all the time, but do we actually believe what it says that? And he knows the thoughts he thinks towards us, the author and finisher of our faith. But I just want to share that little nugget for a moment. But we do got questions though, because here we want to be very, very professional. We want to be on point, and we are respectful of our audience time as well, because we do not want to waste people's time. Because I believe when we're podcasting, you're doing these shows, you want to make sure you bring some great information. You want to make sure you're bringing things that's going to resonate with people. Now that showcase people like yourself, Ms. Jones, who are
Thank you.
doing great extraordinary things. So you have the event coming up this coming Saturday. It's on February the 21st. And I know you're very
Yeah.
excited.
Yes, yes,
Coming
very,
up. So let's talk
very.
about it. Let's talk about the meet and greet. And my
Let's
question
talk
is,
about it.
what inspired you to host this meet and greet?
It's time. We've been shut in for a pretty good while, not just because of the weather, but because of the different things that are going on throughout. And I'll say not just in Texas, but all over. It's time for us to shine as the individuals that we are. We're all diamonds in the rough, okay? From a business person, there's someone that's right now saying, oh, how can I grow my business? There's someone right now that needs to know, how do I start this nonprofit? There's someone asking, how do I gain the momentum from the people? How do I get a crowd into my business? There's someone out there right now saying, I'm an inspired author. I want to write my first book. I have a story to tell. For those people and abroad, this is a meet up, a meet and greet. You're going to meet someone that you need to meet up that has a like mind, but also has what? The tenacity to keep going, just like ourselves. Okay. those people that are already in the business. You could ask them questions, hand out your cards, and grow through this opportunity. It is an opportunity of growth, and the time is of the essence. Why not now?
You mentioned that the first thing you mentioned, you said it's time.
Yes.
What when you say it's time, what's the first thing that pops in your mind when you
Why
say it's
wait?
time?
Why wait? Why not do it? Um, I've done a meet and greet for the past 4 years now. And a lot of people don't know. I've been an author in reference to poetry. I was in spoken word poetry for for years in my early 20s. I am 61. I know I may not look like it, but I'm 61 this year. In March, I'll be 61. So the thing is, you have to go back a little bit, get a little taste of what you had, and bring it to the forefront. There's a lot of people out there doing things that I've done years ago. Okay, but it's the way they're doing it. I see some big bosses out here. Look at Serena Harris, Boss Lady Jules. She took her paparazzi glam to the next level. I commend her for that. She is also named, and I believe, Entrepreneur of the Year, a female entrepreneur of the year. You take those type of people and you say, okay, how did they get to do that? Well, they're going to be right there at the event, the meet and greet. You're going to meet somebody you need to meet, and you're going to greet them. As you're greeting them, you're going to get to know more about them, and they're going to get to know more about you. So if you have your business card, if you have Blink, whatever it takes, we're all going to be on the patio. And if y'all screenshot that, you might be able to get a treat. Uh-huh. When you attend the meet and greet, this is on the patio. On the patio is a new business as well. Okay. Is it black owned? No. But it is a new business. It's in the city of where I reside. And of course, we're bringing them to the forefront. So there's so many different ways, Furman, to collaborate and combine services in order to get the word out, so people can learn how to get more crowds, or a crowd to their organization, or to draw people to their organization.
Most definitely. And I gotta give a big shout out to Miss Moore. I had on the other platform on yesterday, and we was talking about
Oh,
great
yeah.
and making the sacrifice in order to be great. A lot of times people got to realize when you're in business, when you're in your purpose and you're in your destiny, it's not about short-term instant gratification. It's all about having long-term success. I'm paraphrasing from last night's episode, but the sacrifice. You're a businesswoman, and you're not overnight success, but you've been in this thing for a while. What's important is to gain that momentum, make the sacrifice. It's so easy to get out here and want to party and do all the kind of stuff. But when you're on your grind, when you're on your purpose, you're focused on your business. You're all about taking your funds and putting it towards your business. So what's the number one advice you receive on this journey of being a professional and being a woman in business?
Be about the business. And another thing, the most jewel gem was to be in a praying mindset. When your foundation is built on Christ, there's no way you could fail. Some people can think about it and say, well, I don't know. I no longer have my brick and mortar, and they consider that a failure, but they still got that truck, the food truck. Think of things of that nature. No, you haven't lost anything. What you have gained is another opportunity to take that monthly salary and put it into your business. Build your brain, build your brand. That brick and mortar will come when it's time, and even if it's not. So you have to take your challenges and build from them. Those are learning stools and learning steps. Keys to Success was another meet up I used to do years ago. The keys to success: how do you manage being successful? You have to first start with your foundation. Your foundation is core wherever you go. And once you build that strong foundation, hey, it's go from there. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
And you
And
mentioned
that's
don't
where
be
my
afraid. Go ahead. Go ahead, love. My bad. Go
so
ahead.
that's where my question wanted to come in from what you just said. Using faith in God, to my understanding from what you're saying, that has shaped everything that you are about, and all the goals that you have transitioned in your life from personal life experiences. Could you elaborate on, is there a specific personal life experience that you can always revert back to and relate to that keep people motivated? Because getting something started and doing something and continuing it is one thing, but to maintain it, as we all know, is another. And it's always a go-to to remind us of why we are doing it in the first place, because we have to remember, like, why am I doing this in the first place? Because I know so many business owners and so many aspects of businesses that might be successful and have great ideas, and then all of a sudden something might happen and the things just do not go the way they plan. So what is your motivation? Like, what keeps you going on those days that that does not seem to be like, okay, today is not a day that I'm feeling good about this. Today is a day. I mean, what is it? Is there a certain life experience that you always revert back to, a certain chapter in the Bible, perhaps, or something that someone has said to you? Because all of those things make a difference in how people proceed in their life and the things that they want to do.
Wow, that's no, that's a lot. The first thing is what keeps you grounded, Christ centered, okay? And just to be honest with everybody, so y'all know, and it's on everything that I do. Jeremiah 29:11. He knows the plan. I know nothing. All I know is to be obedient to what he's asking of me to do, be persistent, and I also have a focus on 3 P's. My 3 P's. I pray about it all. I find out what's the purpose. And then 3 is the pleasure. That's when we celebrate the success. And that's where I am in my life today.
Oh, that is good. I like that. Yes, that is
exciting.
Great. Prayer, persistence, and then the pleasure. That is like over. Yes, I like that.
Come on. Yes.
I like that. That's gonna be on my chart. That is gonna be my 3 P's from now on. Like, no, you think I'm for real?
Should have did a T-shirt.
You know what? That might be some good merch there. That is, see, because you never know, all these things that motivate us are all inspirations for a lot of other people that need those things. And they don't realize that they need those things until they actually hear it, until they feel it and hear it, and then they put it towards their life. They don't realize that until it happens. That's beautifully said. I like that.
Thank you. And then, thank you. And then I used to own a janitorial service called Pace Janitorial Services. And I was in business for like maybe 5 years, about 5 years. Cleaning everywhere from churches to business owner, small businesses, lawyers' offices, insurance companies, all over Fort Worth. And I instilled that training and that power within my children. And then I asked some of my family members came aboard as well. So the business mindset was already there. So you asked where to stem from. The foundation, of course, Christ-centered, falling on God's words and his promises. I trust in that wholeheartedly. And then the life experience. The first thing was the divorce. When I divorced Mr. Pace, it was, no one likes divorce, but it happened. And I don't consider that a bad thing. I learned, I'm sure he learned, and I gained. What did I gain? power. I gained the power to keep striving, to keep going. And I had to pick up my boots and go. I had to hit the ground because I had two children, one about to graduate to college and one in high school. So I had to really push it. And
Right.
then I stepped out on faith. A praying woman, I stepped out on faith. And I asked God, well, what can I do to do better? Because I don't want to fall short.
Right.
So I kept going with the janitorial service.
Mhm.
And with that being said, that led into other things. I got my license being an insurance rep, and it just was going haywire. God just kept sending blessing. Then I went back to school, got my education from my associate's degree. When I got my associate's degree,
Oh, you sound like this sounds like my path that I'm going through right now.
and just stay the course. When I got my associate's degree, my daughter was graduating herself from high school. Then my son was graduating his 4 years double bachelor's degree in college. Shout out to Jarvis Christian College, HBCUs. And then also myself, I was graduating from college. So I was associates. My daughter was high school and my son was his bachelor's. 2008 was a humongous, successful year for us as a family. So family, keep them close to you and don't forget to include them. So that was something that kept me going, is that I had to keep going. So not does it have to be something so sad or depressing that picks you up and gets you on your path. This was just an exciting time of my year, and I took the initiative to keep going instead of falling. Now, that was in 2008. Fast forward to today, I actually became a published author in 2022, right after COVID. I was diagnosed with cancer and with thyroid cancer. That's why the voice goes in and out. And I really did. I fell. When I say I fell, I dropped everything. I just figured, this is the end of me. I'm not going to see my grandchildren become adults and da da da. And then God just clunked me in the head and said, look here, girl, how dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you discredit who I am? I'm God. And do you know who you are? The child of the Most High God. And I got myself together with my family's help. My sister, who God rest her soul, she passed recently. So she said, thank you. She said, you sell clothes. We like how you look. Everybody always compliments you everywhere we go. So I just started buying clothes in bulk, and I started selling clothes. Big Gal's Boutique. They said, Big Gal's. Yeah.
I like that name. I like it. I like it.
Thank you. So
you're like a marketing genius here.
So as I was selling the clothes, because I just was healing, I come out of the healing. I was still healing from the cancer surgeries and stuff. I couldn't talk. So I sold clothes online to make a little money. Okay. And that became one thing after another. It got kind of big for me. It really did. So I got some help and I started doing other things. Next thing I know, I picked up the pen and I never stopped. But I remembered I had a notebook full of poetry. And I said, I'll just publish this. That's not what God said, do. So I wrote the book. The first book became, now today, fast forward, 5-time published author, but I'm also in like 4 other anthologies. So here we are today, and I'm on the Furman Jackson show with Lo, and I'm on the JustSayN Podcast. So here I am.
The JustSayN Podcast with Furman and Lo.
That's what I said. Yes, exactly. So that's it's a lot, but it's my
Murder,
truth.
we got it.
It's my truth. It's not your truth. It's not his or hers. It's my truth. Yeah. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
And you know what?
Love
Before we
it.
go into further, I got to give a big shout out to everybody on the Instagram side, and I also got a comment on Instagram as well. Big shout out to my mini Your Women 2025. Big shout out to J Key on Instagram. Big shout out to Whitney Nicole on Instagram. But we do got a comment. It said, I agree 100%. God and prayer, the most powerful thing in this world that are free. Why buy into ignorance when knowledge is free? So that's a comment on the Instagram side, of course.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
See
that's
that?
what's
You
up. But you
never know
mentioned
how
something. You
that's
mentioned
touching. Yes, that's touching people. Go ahead, Furman.
right.
Go.
Yeah, 'cause I know you mentioned you went through a divorce, and so you said people don't like divorce. I
No.
experienced that myself back in 2017, of course.
Mm.
What was the main thing you learned? I remember I wrote a letter to myself when I went through my divorce back in when it got finalized back in 2017,
Yeah.
and I wrote a letter to myself because I don't want to repeat the same thing going into a new thing. And I look at myself as a man
Mm.
and what can be done better. Because I realize as a man, when it comes to leading a family, when it comes to being a husband, it's a great responsibility. It
Yes, sir.
requires leadership, it requires initiative. And so I wrote a letter to myself. I don't know what happened to that letter, but I wrote that letter to myself because you have to learn how to forgive yourself at the end of the day. And we know people deal with divorce differently. Some bounce back, some don't bounce back, some become bitter, some forgive. But what was the main top priority you learned when you went through that trying time, that tragic time? Because it's not funny. It's because you had some good times as well. It's not all been bad, been some good times as well. But
Absolutely.
how, how do you cope with that? How did you bounce back from that? And then did you end up forgiving your ex-husband? Because a lot of times people, it's like when people go through that, they become enemies now. But as you being a woman of God, how did you cope with that, and how did you deal with that?
I cheer him on in my mindset. In my mindset. You know why? Because he obviously seen something that I didn't see. So he went after it.
Hmm.
And I'm proud of him for that. And I don't hold anything bad towards him or anything. But sometimes God, and I told this to someone today, purging. If you don't know what purging means, look it up. Sometimes God will purge, take like we do with the flour and the pickles. I'm trimming things back. God will do that in our lives. And God had to remove him in order for this girl to shine. And
Mhm.
that's what I'm doing. And you said you wrote yourself a letter? Well, I wrote myself several letters and conglomerated them into a poetry book, which I'm going to be publishing very soon. So never, ever discredit yourself. Don't be discouraged. Have your cry. Scream, kick, whatever. But don't discredit yourself because we can do all things through who y'all know. We can have church up in here about that.
But you
I
know
just
what?
feel
Go ahead.
no,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, go
No,
ahead,
go ahead.
go
No,
ahead,
go ahead.
go ahead,
No,
Furman,
what I
go
would
ahead.
no, what I would say, what I would say is, like I said, everybody can handle everything differently, and always bouncing back from that. And I remember when I went through that time in my life, this person came to me, and this is a time I
Mm.
was at work and I had my wedding band on, and this guy said, "You know what? You weren't supposed to got married yet. You got married out of timing."
Hmm.
Because a lot of time we can postpone our purpose to fulfill the flesh. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense because I was getting ready to say, Furman, did you do research about me or something first? You all up in my business. Let me just go on and say it, okay? So,
Because somebody need to
Furman,
hear it. I think somebody need to hear this today because this wasn't planned.
no, it wasn't, but I'm going to say it. And I have to say it. Let me tell you, my husband my ex-husband was younger than I. Okay. And more than 5 years, less than 10. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
And it it was me. Okay. Sometimes we can self-sabotage.
Right.
Yes.
But
I agree.
once you see it and you don't do anything about it, well, guess who's going to do something about it? If your foundation is right, then
I agree.
God comes in and he dismantles what you call home and he has to rebuild. And here he goes. Are you ready? But you're gonna have to be ready.
Oh yeah, most
Okay.
definitely. You gotta be
You
ready
gotta be
because
ready. If you're not ready, you're not gonna be able to stand. And it's gonna
right.
break you.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree because I agree with that because it does make a lot of sense because like I said, you have to learn yourself first. You have to learn to be married to
Trust me.
yourself first. You have to know
Yeah.
who you are, and we see a lot of people on social media, they push that narrative so much.
Mm.
You could be what I want to say, you can still be a stranger in your own home. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay. It make a lot
Yeah,
of
that
sense.
is so true. That is so true. But I think, I think people can have marriages and get divorced, but still have successful marriages. Um, Even though the end part might not be what would be normally considered a successful marriage, but you have to look at the marriage in whole. What make it successful? Does it make it successful because you have endured and stayed with a person and you just considered yourself married, or is it successful because you actually loved each other, you had your children, they felt the love, and just so happened y'all decided to separate and went down different paths? Because even though knowing who you are, and this is how I wholeheartedly believe, even though knowing who you are, you will always change. It doesn't matter who, it does not matter. Core, you are the same person. Core, you are, but there are circumstances that will make you change, and sometimes it
That's
just does not align with the person who you met at the beginning of your relationship. So it starts to change the dynamic between the two, the dynamic of the relationship. It just changed. That is just a normal um, thing between human beings. No one ever is the same. Lessons that I've learned in my own situation is it's not just about accountability in him. I had to have accountability in myself as well. And I just woke up one day and just like, well, you know what? We're just two different people. And although there's still love there, like I would never wish anything bad or anything like that. But I was very hurt at the situation. And I don't like comparing my marriage to other people's marriage because we weren't dealing with that same dynamic. We weren't dealing with that infidelity. We weren't dealing with like physical abuse like that. We weren't dealing with that. But we just became two different people, and
sometimes you can grow apart.
you just kind of grow apart, and it's just different. But a friend of mine just said, they was like, Lo, you got to realize your marriage was a success. You guys raised three beautiful children. They are very respectful. um like that is what a lot of couples just wish for. That's what they hope for. That's what they want. And I really had to think about that. At the time I wasn't trying to think about it. I wasn't even trying to hear it. But then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? That's 100% true. That was the goal. The goal was to, we got married because I was very, very young. I was 18. So when I met my husband. So he was all that I've known ever. And I'm about to turn 46 this year. So, it's just made a complete difference because I just feel like, hey, sometimes we just grow apart, right? We grow
That's
apart.
it.
The things that we
That's
know.
it.
Yeah. I mean, but that doesn't mean that I'm not, even though deep down inside, I am the same person, but I am definitely different. I'm definitely different. And I definitely, due to that situation between him and I feel like I have put up walls. And I think that is just a normal thing that people do. That is not something that is unusual. I'm pretty sure he probably feel the same way. The ultimate goal I feel between married couples or couples that have been married is to try to, have some type of cordial interaction afterwards. I know a lot of couples do not, but the person who I am, I that's my hope. That's my hope that I just want cordialness. I don't want I'm not trying to be bad with you, but I want to be cordial. I want to be cool. I want to have a sense of when I see you, I'm not mad or I'm not resentful. And that's the biggest thing I think in a lot of marriages. And I don't feel like I should have to endure pain, suffering, or anything else to prove that I'm a good woman or I'm a good wife. And the same goes for men as well, because there are some things that a lot of women do in marriages that make men suffer, and it's not really talked about at all. Like Furman, I don't know if you really want to talk about your situation, but some things that you didn't deserve, and it was like, it happens on both ends of the spectrum. So we have to remember that, and that only comes with growth and experience. So
Maturity,
yeah.
maturity,
Oh, yeah.
and just like you said, it's not on one person.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to grow apart. Okay,
Yeah.
it happens. Okay,
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, most
Oh yeah.
definitely. Because it is, and I'm saying, life does, and main thing is what we learn from it, and take it in stride. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. But once again, I say on my situation, it's just really just knowing yourself, coming to the knowledge of who you are. Really coming to the knowledge of who you are, and it's a learning experience. It's not an overnight thing. It's not an overnight success, but it takes practice. It takes bumping your head, and then after you get tired of falling off that bike, after a while, you're gonna pick yourself
It
up and put
hurts.
yourself on the bike again. Hurts. Then you'll put yourself back on that bike again. But I would tell any guy, especially any guy, man, always focus on yourself first. Learn how to be with yourself first. Because a lot of time what guys do, not all guys, some guys, they'll depend on that woman to be that crutch for them. And that's not a good thing to have. Because
What you say? They depend on the woman for
you are
what?
they
I
depend on the
couldn't hear
woman to
you.
be a crutch for
or a
them.
crutch,
They
a
depend on the
crutch.
woman. They, yeah, they depend on the woman to be a crutch for them, and they never learn how to stand on their own 2 feet. They never master standing on their own 2 feet, and you have because so that's what I learned is you have to learn how to stand on your own 2 feet as a man. Learn your identity first as a man. First of all, you learn your identity in God first, and learn your identity as a man first. And that's something that I learned. I'm still learning every day at 43 years old because I love the word. Because that's what I love about God.
I
God
love it.
restore years. He
Yes,
restored years. He didn't
yes,
say a day.
indeed.
He didn't say a month. He restored years that was taken from us. So I understand when it's talking about being born again, you're restarting all over again. So now once you restart all over again, life is beautiful what you make out of it. And then you speak life over yourself. And you
That's
learn how to
good.
love yourself, learn how to respect yourself. You can
Mm,
hear all day long, oh, you this, you that. But if I didn't believe that for myself, I'm just playing myself. It don't matter what you say to me. You can say, oh, you handsome, you handsome, you handsome. But if I don't believe Furman's
well,
handsome, it's
I
just
think
in vain.
after marriage, though, a lot of people do go through a time frame where they do have a sense of less confidence when they have had, because they are going through it. And then they start to question, well, what did I do? Or, it's that whole blame game, whether or not it's to
Right.
blame their spouse or ex-husband, ex-wife, or to blame themselves. That is a natural thing. So, like, why wasn't I good enough, or what did I not do? I think that's just a natural thing, and a lot of people will go through that. But through God, through God, and I say this here from from my own personal experience, because no one helped me because I feel like I'm a woman of great independence. I have always felt that way. and I've always been an independent person. I've never really, I looked at my relationship with my husband, and it was very, and it was very smooth sailing. I cannot sit here and say that we had consistent arguments, or like we never argued in public. We were truly best friends. It was just kind of that growing apart. That growing apart. And it just happened so quickly. So I just think that it would just naturally happen. You start to question who is to blame, or why did this happen. And I think when they realize that the truth is things just happen because sometimes those struggles that needs to be moved out the way is actually moved out the way to improve your life,
so you can soar.
so you can soar. Yes, I always say whenever that door locked, there's a window open. Like you can escape through that window, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes,
Right, well,
God will close those doors. When God closes those doors, that doesn't mean that you should pry them open. I remember
right.
I follow Dana Chanel on Instagram, y'all. Y'all gotta look. I sent her a lot of I send you a lot of her stuff, Furman, and she speaks on a lot of scriptures about women and what women should do. And she's lovely. I love this young lady. And she talked about women today. I heard one of her posts. She talked about women hitting rock bottom and using the scripture. And how to overcome that, and to use a lot of scriptures and ponds and Revelation and Genesis. It was so good. I'm gonna send it to you, Miss Jones, because it was so good. I gotta share it. I just feel like I gotta share it.
Well, you gotta pour into yourself, okay? And the scripture is not just your foundation, and it depends on your beliefs. So everybody's not with the scripture, okay, or the Bible, okay. So, but that's their business. Anyway, you take those scriptures, you take those powerful messages, like sister, I think it's Dana Chanel. Oh, you take all of that, and that's a little piece of wisdom. Ooh, to stir up the pot and make yourself a grand.
Yes. And it's just, and like you say, not everybody is into scripture. I'm one of those people. I am one of those persons. I am not. I do not know the Bible. I'm not, like, unfortunately, because this is the Bible state, this is the Bible belt here. So when people be like, well, what church do you go to? I don't.
But you believe in
I believe in God wholeheartedly. My relationship with God don't have to be proven to anybody, because I don't have to. Say
it again. The people in the back didn't hear you. Say it again.
My relationship with God do not have to be proven to anyone, not to anyone,
because it's between you and God. Period.
Thank you.
Clock that.
Oh, wow.
Like those young people. Yes. But it takes somebody to spread those things, those words that you might need to hear at the time.
Absolutely. Now that's it in a nutshell. That's what I always use with my businesses, and I have like 3 or 4 different things going. Not that I'm boasting or bragging about it. No, I'm proud of myself. I'm not sitting down in a corner crying. I'm not depressed, and I'm not all shut up in a room, waiting on somebody to help me. I am the help. I am the help, and proud of it. I don't take none of this lightly at all. I was just today. I yesterday I met 3 ladies yesterday. And then today I met 2 people. I'm going to tell you about God, something about God, okay? And every morning I lead a prayer. I don't lead it by myself. There's like 5 or 6 others, and I'm the youngest one that leads with the leading group. The oldest member is 97 years old, and the others are 70s, 80s, and then some is 90. but the one that's 97 is the most powerful woman. And not to get us off track because we already did that, okay? When the spirit leads you, just dive into it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no harm in it at all. The opportunity always presents itself, and you just take heed to it. But long story short, those opportunities that we have every morning, 10 a.m., that's what we do. We're interceding for others. That's why I can post every day and say, I'm praying for you, or I prayed for you. One person's, a couple of people have already sent this. You don't even know me. How are you praying for me? I pray for everybody, baby. I pray for everyone. You can do it too. That's how I introduce it to them. And I have 3 or 4 new people that are on board just because of that one sentence. But anyway, I'm so sorry to get off track. I just had to.
No. Look, like you said, sometimes when it's there, when God says move, you gotta move. You can't be like, oh, I don't think no, move. It's like these words are you said the words because you said them and it was meant to be said. So we got to realize that, and we got to stop doubting ourselves, especially when it comes to things that if it's coming from here, if it's like no, I need to speak it. It's not just you. It is not just you. It is not just you. Yes.
Like me, I have a passion to help people. And with this meetup, my opportunity, the door is open. I met this young man at another event. He was one of the vendors. And because I went up to him and introduced myself, now I'm able to go into his establishment without a dollar, without a dime, and present what I have to offer and to open the door for a lot of other people. So if you're a small business owner and you're listening right now, if you're a new business owner or you just want to start a business, you don't even know where to begin. If you're an author, you want to become an author. If you're any type of literarian, look the word up, okay? Think about these things. If you're a singer, songwriter, you're going to have to write it, right? You write it down. That's literature. Those are words. If you're an author, you're going to have to write about it to tell your story. That's words. So the DFW bag, Dallas, Fort Worth, the dash in between is in between. Plano, Roanoke, Waco, Temple, Killeen, all of that. In Fort Worth, Arlington, Everman, we're all invited to come together for this event. It's called a meet and greet. You're going to meet someone that you really need to meet because you're going to meet some phenomenal bosses, big bosses in the DFW area. I have a special guest coming. You guys, if you miss, you just miss. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not giving you no hints. If you don't come, you won't see them, okay? Also, you're going to also greet. That means walk up to someone and say, hello, I'm Diana Jones with DFW Bag. And what do? We celebrate. We celebrate the individual that's trying to making a statement in the community. And they're passionate about what they're doing. And if you have any questions or concerns, we're here for you. But with DFW Bag, we celebrate those business owners and authors that are excited about the work that they do and bringing something to the community. And if you're able and you feel that your shoes fit that, then come on with us. Come on. We're going to go to.
That's great. That's great. I tell my kids all the time, and it's something that I've actually been thinking about for a while because my friend was just telling me I have and I told him, I was like, I have the gift of gab, right? That's where it all come from, right? But I tell my kids all the time that it's nothing like networking. So I've actually been thinking about doing more of a networking, but people are, especially people in this generation, even though they're on social media, even though you see their faces out there, but they do not know how to socialize in person. So that's an interesting aspect. You can socialize.
And another thing with that, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I got to plug this before we forget. Another thing Lo, you would be so phenomenal with it because even you, Furman, the children, when you guys came to our church, they gravitated to you guys. I would love to do something like that and bring the children of the communities together. Um, it's called mock when you're doing mock interviews. Oh my goodness.
Yes,
I
yes, that'll
have,
be great. I
I
do that with
have,
my kids all the time. I'm here. I'm ready. You don't even have to invite me. Just tell me when.
okay. I had a couple of teens recently reach out about why was 5 or 6 people there. Well, those 5 or 6 people, different people, hold 5 or 6 different positions, and they would like to see how or why they would need you in their company. What do
Yeah.
you bring to the table? Never be embarrassed, never be ashamed. And if you're nervous, do something that's really funny. Imagine everyone that has a clown hat on and humor yourself during your interview. I teach them a whole lot of things. I used to attend those type of classes, and there's so many different ways that we could attain ourselves and utilize our own talents and gifts to help others. Even with the DFW Bags
Right.
award ceremony this year in July, we're going to be acknowledging Hope Farms, HOPE Farm. If you've never heard of them, please Google them, look them up.
Wait, are they on?
They're
They're in South, like near South Dallas.
No,
Is that
there's an organization in Dallas, but this wide organization, their home is located here in Fort Worth, and we're acknowledging them for what they bring to the community. They help young boys become men in reference to the tools and assets that they have available, resources. There's some underprivileged children, boys, that don't have daddy at home. There's some boys that don't know how to tie a tie. There's boys that think that this is the answer and it's not. So Hope Farms, if you're on here and you're listening, you don't want to miss this opportunity. They have just won Community Impact Award for 2025 from DFW Bag, and we're honoring them wholeheartedly. And I've just been given the go ahead to give them at least another table, because if they want to bring or invite some of their children with the parent, we're going to acknowledge them too. So these are just some of the nuggets that you gain from being in a meetup or a meet and greet. I've been doing those for years, and there's an opportunity to bring people of like-mindedness together in one setting. Also, be on the lookout for where we had lunch or coffee. Hustle Blend Coffee. Very soon we're going to be doing it. Yes, I heard from them just yesterday, and we're going to be doing a meet and greet with them very soon. So Fort Worth, DFW, and surrounding, just be ready. These are opportunities, not just for me. I'm not when I host these events, you'll very seldom see me. I'm back there. I want to see you. What do you have? And that's the joy I get from it.
There we go. So I just found their
that's what's
URL.
up. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. So that we are.
And that's what it's all about. And it's all about,
You can
So
visit their
it
website.
is exciting.
Yeah.
From Hope Farm.
Website. So yes, and I'm gonna take a good look, because I have my sons. There are more males in my family now. That they never lacked father figures, but that is a great opportunity. Like, it doesn't
Like
even
big
matter.
brothers and sisters too.
Yes, that is great.
That's a good organization. Yeah.
And
A
it's
lot
nothing
of
like networking.
Okay. And a lot of those kids that they can't afford to join Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and things of that nature.
They do
And
that.
we have to meet them where they
They do
are.
work out.
Yes. Oh my
Right.
goodness. Yes. I have a friend who was a big Boy
I don't hear
Scout.
it no more.
Well, my daughter was in Girl Scouts, and we were in it big time. And
Yeah, I
my friend of
love them.
mine, yeah, he did Boy Scouts, and
I
he was in
wasn't
it
in
big
it, so.
time. Yeah, they had a lot. They had a lot of good times. Like yeah, they had a lot of good times. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. Oh, I'm looking
I
forward
ain't know
to
they
this.
still do
Yes, it's a big one right here in Duncanville. Like the
that.
Boy Scouts, like their meetup spot or whatever.
Mhm.
Like they have a huge I don't know what it's called, but it's a huge acre of land, and they do a lot of camping at that land, and it's right there off of Cedar Ridge. So it's really nice. It's huge. It's nice. But in the Girl Scouts, one of the spots here in southern Dallas is off of Hampton. Now, Girl Scouts areas, they're everywhere. But yeah, we were in it big time. We were in it big time. So that's a good little spot. But as a parent, I have to be there with my baby. So this world. I'm sorry, this world. It is what it is. I was going to be there regardless. Plus,
Mm.
I didn't have that opportunity growing up, so I was like, man, these are opportunities I want my kids to have. So and I would pick up different kids and stuff. And that did not have rides, and it made all the difference. So all these organizations that help these children and help other children, man,
It's
they are
needed.
great. They are great. So yes.
It's needed.
So
It's needed. Shout out to Amber Morgan, who does a phenomenal job with the Sisterhood Foundation. And big shout out to uh what is it? What is it? I can't even think of it right now. I'm so sorry, but those organizations there, Be Kind. I'm sorry, Be Kind. Be Kind organization also, where they involve the children of the community and bring them together to have certain I call them excursions that they can do, such as games, visiting colleges, and just all types of things. So these are things that we need to keep
wait a minute.
festering within the neighborhood.
I think my daughter was in that one.
Oh, good.
I think she was in that one, yeah, in middle school. Like she was in everything. Like I had her in everything. Her and my son, we were in so many things. I was like, Lord have mercy, I can't do it all, but I
It keeps
somehow,
them busy and grounded,
yes,
you know?
kept me busy too. Kept me and my
Yeah,
husband busy. So I
yeah.
was like, Lord,
But I'm gonna give back with the professionalism of the environment that we intend to have at the meet and greet. I would love to see everyone in their business t-shirts. If you own a business, wear your t-shirt. If you are an author and you have a t-shirt, that's fine. If you don't, that's cool. I mean, I just want to see the business aspects of everyone in the building. On the patio, what you can expect to see is peers, your peers. These are your community peers. And you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So I anticipate over 50 people coming. That's my anticipation. The facility has given us the full use of the back portion of their organization. They sell food, and everything's under like $15, $20. Low cost. I will be hosting, so of course I'll have some hors d'oeuvres available, just a little bit, a little something, something. And then also there's pool tables back there. And do they sell drinks? Yes, they have a bar, open bar, not open bar. It's a bar. I apologize. And they do have a bartender, etc. That's in a separate part of the facility. On the
okay.
patio is a huge space. So there's a lot of space there, but the space that we will be at is located directly at the back. So once you walk in, turn slightly to your right and keep going straight, and you'll see we'll be on the patio exactly. It's closed in, so we'll be warm. If it rains, you'll be covered. Bring your expertise. bring your questions, but most certainly bring a friend or two or three. Why? Because the person that comes and brings the most guests will win a beautiful prize. Okay. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You will win a nice prize. We have some guests that are coming and they're going to speak to all of us. It's not a sit down, you got to do this and sit and listen to people speak for an hour or two. No, none of that. We having a good time. Okay. And if you want to go shoot pool, the pool table is in our area. That's what we going to do. Okay.
Is there a registration?
No,
I don't know
no.
if you.
This
So
is
you
an
just
open.
show up.
It's
All right,
open.
good.
It doesn't cost anything. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to register. But if you have questions, my number is located on the flyer. And it's 682-321-6903. Give me a call or text me. Okay, that's the best part. Also, with professionalism, we want to say that this is an opportunity to commingle with people of like mind. And if you have any questions, write them down if you need to. I'm sure we will be able to commingle with someone that can answer questions, even if I can't. Okay. A meet and greet is the most extraordinary step into a business-minded individual's platform. Why? Because you'll have an opportunity to meet people that you've never met before, or you'll be able to ask questions from someone that has the answers in reference to what you would have in mind, such as starting a new business. What are the taxes? How do you complete taxes? What company do you use? There's so many different questions alongside this platform with the meet and greet. And also, don't forget, we're going to have fun. F-U-N, fun.
So there will be people there to assist business owners and prospective business owners with questions on how to get started, if they wanted to know how to contact the Secretary of State to obtain their LLC.
We have resources. We have resources available.
Okay,
right.
Good.
Right.
Because I think a lot of people do not, whenever they think about businesses, they just only think of LLC, but they don't understand sole proprietorship. So yeah, those resources would be very important. Yeah. So that'd be good.
This is a casual event. It's nothing we're going to sit down and you're going to learn and you got to have your notes. No, you're going to meet some people. You're going to commingle. You're going to be greeted with joy. You're going to have a fantastic time. You're going to have an opportunity to win a prize or two. It just depends. This is very, very laid back. Another thing, right after this event, because this event starts this Saturday at 1 p.m. in Everman, Texas. So if you're anywhere in Fort Worth, Dallas, exit I-20 for Forest Hill Drive, and you can't miss it. You'll be right into Everman, Texas, and you can't miss it. You'll see a 4-way stop sign, and we're going to be right towards the left. And on the patio, 100 North Forest Hill Drive in Everman, Texas. So it's just a good time, y'all. I can't wait. I really can't. This has been going on for a pretty good while, and I'm just happy and elated to know that I have a spot that I can go to and enjoy myself and share my ideas and creativity with other like-minded individuals. But afterwards, we're going to go to Forest Hill Library. Shout out to Forest Hill Library, the 2025 recipients of the DFW Business of the Year with Community Impact. Forest Hill Library, they're hosting a mocktails, and their special guest is going to be Masterpiece. Look her up, Google her. If you've never heard of Masterpiece, Shane, oh yeah, look her up. She's a phenomenal poet, and they're going to have some musicians there. Y'all, this weekend, if you know me, keep up. Keep up. Keep up. We're going to have some fun.
All right.
Man,
Thank you
that's what it's all
so much.
about.
Yes. So with keeping eye on the time, we appreciate all your time and all the information. We will see you there, Miss Jones. Yes,
Okay.
and we will look. I'm trying to have some fun too. Look here, I want to have some fun.
Come on.
I
Coffee on the
Yes.
on the patio. On
There
the
we go. There
patio.
we go.
On the
So look,
patio.
we out there. Me and Vermin, we out there, right? Right, Vermin?
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Maurice? Oh, okay. I'm gonna say
You
hello.
give me
Yeah.
that, yeah, I tell you.
Yeah.
No, yeah. But you know
Yeah.
what? We
Yeah.
appreciate you, Mrs. John. We appreciate you all the work that you're doing and the things you
Thank
set out to accomplish and all of the great stuff. I did put the number across the screen, so you are interested, the number across the screen, you get in contact with Mrs. John. You text her, get more information on the meet and greet that's coming up this coming Saturday as well. I know I posted the address. It's gonna start at 1 p.m. The address is right there. Oop.
Well, it was
All right,
right
the
there.
address is. They keep going.
Why does it
Anyway,
keep
there you go.
keep on
The
going
address.
on?
No, I don't know, but hey, there you go. But the address is right there. Of course, you can get the information. It starts at 1 p.m. What time doors open up? Doors open up at 12, 12:30. I know it
No,
starts at 1.
this is an establishment, a restaurant. So
Okay, got you.
yeah, it's a pub. On the border is a pub. So there's a bar. Just walk past. As soon as you come in, walk past, and you'll be on the patio.
Okay, sounds
And that's
good.
what's up
It
right
sounds
there.
like we're gonna have a
Now,
great time.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah. And can I plug right quick? You guys
yeah,
mind?
go ahead.
Okay. Everybody screenshot. This is about Diana's journey. And then again, if you're going to be in the Fort Worth, Forest Hill area on March the 17th, I just been acknowledged that the city of Forest Hill is honoring me and my business for the colorful world of cancer. And I'm really excited about it. So if you're coming in and you're going to be there at 6 p.m. at the Forest Hill City Council, that's where we'll be. It's the courthouse. If you know where that is, shame on you if you do. But anyway, just kidding. Come on through at 6 p.m. and take a few pictures for me, okay?
Okay. Hey, look, I'm so proud of you, Miss Jones, and all of your accomplishments. This
Thank
means a lot to those that are trying to get out there. They might not know what to do, but just your testimony alone have encouraged our listeners and people out there. It's encouraging me. Like I'm doing my own journey. So, like this is always great. And I've always felt like, I've always felt like I'm good, but to hear other successful women, it just brings it more into light. So I love this. I love it. I love it. Yes, I love it.
I forgot to tell y'all, those tickets at the library are on sale right now. I think they're only $30 for their portion, and they start at 7 p.m. on this Saturday. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Nah, you good. You good, Miss John. We do thank you. But it is the information across the screen right now. So get all the information. Make sure you got there this coming Saturday in Everman, Texas. It starts at 1 p.m. from 4. Come on out, dress your best, have your material on deck, and have a good time. Meet and greet this coming Saturday. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. And I know we overtime, of course. We respect everybody's time, our listeners as well. Before we get ready to depart, Mrs. John, you have any final remarks that you want to share?
Yes, I do. Write the vision and make it plain.
I know that's right.
That
right.
sums it up right there.
It really does. Thank you, everybody who is joining and who
Thanks,
has
everybody.
taken the time out the day. We gotta clock that. Look, write the vision and keep it going. It's like really what you gotta do. But for everybody who is our listeners and who has been our consistent listeners, we would love to say thank you so much for all the support. Without you, we are nothing. Without you and God, of course, but without the support of you guys, we can't do what we do. And we hope that we are bringing the love and sharing the love for those who want to just pursue their dreams and who is pursuing those dreams right now. This information, look, it's for our community, but it's for everybody. Okay, but we are special within ourselves, and we want to know that you are special as well. So thank you once again. Thank you, Miss Jones, for your time. It's been long overdue. We wanted you on the show for a long time. I was like, man, when are we gonna get Miss Jones on the show, man? So I was like, I'm so happy that you were here. But yes, thank you everybody for listening to the JustSayN Podcast with your host, Furman and Lo. Okay, catch us next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Hopefully it won't be I can't say what I was doing this here while I was while I was in the car. But hey, family comes first. I had to, that's what it is. That's what we do it for, our fam. So yes, thank you again. God bless everybody. Love y'all. Furman.
Thank you.
All right, hey, we appreciate everybody once again. And like I said, go ahead and tune in every Wednesday for the JustSayN Podcast. Just cross the screen, go to the JustSayN Podcast right now on YouTube. Go ahead and hit the notification button. Go to subscribe every time we go live on Wednesday. You'll be the first one to get the notification on your phone, your laptop, or on your electronic device. Let's build this thing up. The main thing we want to do, we want to bring professionalism when we do these platforms. We want to make sure we got everything decent in order. And because at the end of the day, we want this thing to grow. We want this thing to evolve. We want this thing to make a global impact. Not just reach DFW, but we want to be able to reach outside the United States. We want to reach Canada. We want to reach Africa, New Zealand, Italy, you name it. We want to hit all these surrounding areas, but it comes with put in the work and put in the grind, right? Because that's what it's all about. I just want to share that, but throw that out there. But we'll make this thing global, make this thing international. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Miss John, we appreciate you. Lo, I thank you as well. And sky's the limit. So much work to do. And those that's listening today, man, just be encouraged. Just be encouraged. Stay focused. Stay your drive, stay your purpose, have standards, have morals, have values. Like I said, we will see y'all next Wednesday. So if y'all are in the DFW, come on out this coming Saturday for the meet and greet, which is available this coming Saturday. There is no excuses. The information is right there. And also 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Appreciate you, Lo. And that I did put the number on here as well. So y'all can go here and get in touch with Mrs. Jones today, tomorrow, before Saturday, or even early Saturday morning. And the number's right there. Text the number right there for more information on the meet and greet. Come prepared. Come ready. It's all about you at the end of the day, right? It's all about your brand. So you have to take yourself seriously. If you don't take yourself seriously, nobody's not going to take you seriously. And I learned that the hard way. You have to take yourself seriously. Everything starts with self first. The man in the mirror, right? The woman in the mirror, right? The man in the mirror.
You gotta believe in yourself. Exactly. You said it beautifully.
You have to believe in yourself.
Yes.
You have to believe in yourself. You don't believe in yourself, nobody's not gonna believe in you. So you have to believe in yourself. You walk in like you own that room on February the 21st. You walk in like you own that.
I know I do. Yeah.
Right? You are the owner. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your feet tread upon, that is yours. So you walk in like you own the joint. Everywhere you go, you always walk in like you own the joint. You walk with your head held up high. You walk with confidence. You have swagger about yourself. You are the investment. You are the ticket. Let me say that again. You are the ticket.
You are the prize. You are the prize.
It starts with you. So you walk in it. Everywhere you go, not just on February 21st. You walk in like you own the staff, your place of business, your place of employment, your home, your neighborhood, the grocery store, the mall, wherever you go, you always walk in like you own the joint.
Yep.
You watch your life change.
Because people are watching. People are watching.
All day, every day.
All day. They're looking. And a lot of people are looking for you to fail. But you got to be the one to remember that you're looking for yourself to achieve. Okay,
yeah, you got to, because I be
everything you need
just to my own horn. I be turning heads like Nice. I see you, Furman. I see you, Furman. I see you, Furman. I'm 30 years. Somebody asked me the other day, he said, man, why nobody snatch you up yet? Man, it's like you asked me that. Why didn't anybody snatch you up yet? Because you very charismatic. You got this going. Ain't nobody snatch you up yet. I said, I'm a mystery.
Why they ain't snatch you up yet, Furman?
Mystery. No, you know what?
Why they ain't snatch you up, Furman?
You know what? It takes the right woman to unlock the key to my heart. And if you ain't got that key, you're not coming in.
You know what?
Right. Well, you said
we need to do another one because now I'm married for 11 years. March 28th, 11 years to Mr. Jones. And on that note, I'm out of here, you guys. That's another podcast coming up. Yeah. Marriage. Where are you?
Oh, a special guest, Miss Jones. Okay, we got you. No. You no, ma'am. No, you ain't backing out. No, ma'am. You ain't backing out. You're a special guest, Miss Jones. Yes, we need your expertise on this here. Yes. You done brought up the idea too? Oh, no, you ain't backing out.
Okay. Down the line.
Okay. Down. All right. You ready to depart, so y'all have a great one. Peace, everybody.
Peace. Are we still live?